And welcome back to another episode of the Benchwarmers. Can't wait to be back talking local footy with you, and also my co-host Bradley Bainey. Another week of footy. Looking forward to get stuck into it. The tips, interesting. Can't wait to get to that. Can't wait to get the feel good fill up. What a show we got ahead.
It's been all happening, Chook. BLG, Lockleys, you name it. On and off the field. Exchange has been flying. Saturday nights, that's absolutely pumping at the minute. Even Sunday morning breakfast, off the charts.
Well, breakfast is back at the Exchange. It's Saturday and Sundays only, so very, very limited time during the week. And we come down this morning for brekkie. Beautiful feed. The place was packed. The restaurant was nearly booked out. So if you're looking for a fine dining experience in Gawler for breakfast in the morning, make sure you come down to the Exchange and try the new menu. Those loaded tater tots, Brad, we struggled to get through them. They were unbelievable. And I reckon if you've come here and had 30 standards on a Saturday night, the perfect hangover cure in the morning.
Best way to do it, Chook. That and the coffee's to die for.
That is. We've got to thank all of our sponsors that make this show go to head each and every week as well. Looking forward to, as I said, getting stuck into this show. It's been a big week. So much sport, so many good news stories and things that we really want to fill our bucket up with. So we're going to have a quick break, thank the sponsors, and when we come back, Bainey's going to take us through the Feel Good Fill Up.
And thanks to Rams Home Loans Northern Adelaide, we are back with another massive week of the Feel Good Fill Up. Chook, before we get into it all, tell us a bit about Rams Home Loans.
Yeah, Rams Home Loans Northern Adelaide. What I know is that Lyndon's Oval is a very good fella. Very good man, loves his local sport, loves Cotton Media and the Benchwarmers, and loves supporting the local people as well. So if you're going through a hard time, trying to refinance, obviously interest rates we've had 11 rises in a row, Brad. So if you are trying to get in and you're not sure where to start, Lyndon's Oval is your man. Rams Home Loans Northern Adelaide is the team for you. They've got so many great offers to suit your needs out at the moment. So give them a call and the boys will help you out because, as I said, Lyndon, he just loves helping people.
Yep. No, that's fantastic, Chook. Lyndon is a fantastic man. I've got three fantastic men and women for you today, Chookie. So first one off the bat, we've got Matty Long. Now, he's one that goes under the radar a bit, Matty Long, isn't he? He is fantastic at his photography and all the rest of it. He shares our episodes every single week. Another great episode. He can't get enough of it. So I thought it was about time to give him a shout out.
One of the great men. He's been mentioned on the show before in recent years of how much the Gawler Central Footy Club love him and what he does. And just all round now, that's expanded to the BLGW, that's expanded to Central Districts as well. He's a man that just loves sport, him and his wife Kelly, two great people, and we love them here at the show, Brad. We love what he does. He's a big part of the Barossa footy, and we've got to give him a shout out each and every week.
Yeah, absolutely. Chook. We might have to get a whole segment for him, but no, it's a great start from us, Chook, and well done, Matty. Second one, Chook. Now, I don't know. Well, this one's making it in. I don't know if we give the bloke a shout out or what he's doing, but goes to Brendan McCullum. Now, you might think, God, that's a bit odd, but I just wanted to mention him. Just one out of left field. We hate his guts. The England coach. We hate the Poms this time of year in the Ashes, but I'd like to give him a little shout out for making Test cricket interesting. Bazball, all the rest of it. They declared a bit early. He'd be copping a bit of stick, but God, that was a good game.
Yeah, it's a bad call from you, Brad. He's a flog. England are flogs, and Test cricket was interesting as it is, and it's still interesting now. Doesn't matter how you play it, but they cost themselves the first Test. And we'll go whitewash the series 5-0 and make Neil get stuffed, every single one of them.
No, I agree, Chook. I knew it was a risky one and we can't get them all right. So, no, I'll give you that one. Brendan, I might take that one back. But,
stick it up and Brendan.
That's been good to watch anyway, Chook. And the Women's Ashes as well. That's on as well.
On at the moment.
Yes.
And Aussies, that's a very evenly poised game. Two teams that have had some great scorers. Tammy Beaumont, 200 for England, and Annabelle Sutherland batting at number 8, 100 for Australia. So a couple of big, at least Perry, 99 as well, Brad. So couple of big scores in that one.
Yeah, no, fantastic. So I've missed there, Chook. I'm 1 out of 2 today, but this one you won't disagree with me. If you do, I'm leaving the show. Last one. So the winner of the Feel Good Fill Up this week, Chook, you better agree with me here. Lucy Austin from the Thunderbirds. Now, Chook, that was some of the best netball I've ever watched last night, Saturday night. The Thunderbirds have got up by 2 points in overtime, if you don't mind. Lucy Austin subbed in late in the game. A real underdog story. She's come on because the goal attack was struggling for accuracy. She's hit 5 out of 6 Suncorp super shots to send us into overtime, and then she's sunk a few more in overtime. She debuted last year, SA girl from Matrix, if you don't mind. So she's a homegrown talent. She's studying to be a teacher, and she had the hot hand, and she sent us into the grand final in 2 weeks' time.
Fantastic.
What do you
Brad.
got for me?
Not much. I think you said it all. You rounded it all off, but massive effort, and I think it's Matrix, but might be the team, is it?
Matrix, I think. Yeah, not sure. I did a bit of research, but it might be Matrix.
And she played goal attack.
Yeah, goal attack. So she's come on and sunk 5 out of 6 Suncorp super shots last 5 minutes, double points. But
Really?
that's what it is.
Yeah, right. Well,
2 weeks' time, the grand final. Treat yourself. 6:30 p.m. on the 8th of July. It's in Melbourne, though.
Well, we'll have to find somewhere to watch it. We're going to have to follow up.
After that, Chook, God, that's fantastic. But no, what do you reckon?
No, as I said, fantastic effort, and that's a good win. We love supporting our South, our homegrown South Australians, and love to see them doing it on the big stage. So you got to be, when you get your opportunity, Brad, you got to be primed and ready to go. And sounds like Lucy was. So.
Yeah, absolutely, Chook. Only debuted last year, like I said, and the Thunderbirds have been struggling as well, so it makes it even more special.
Perfect.
Yeah. Well done, Lucy. Well done, Maddie Long. Well done, maybe Brendan McCullum. We're not sure. But well done, Lyndon Zobel and the team at Rams Homelands, Northern Adelaide. We'll be back next week.
Yes, Brad, another great fill up from yourself there. Looking forward to get stuck into the round of footy. We've just thanked our sponsors again that help us each and every week. So many of them, Brad. We can't name them all, but their logos are on the screen, and we thank each and every one of them. And we ask you to support local business because it is still important. Obviously, we did a great job through COVID, but it's still important that we continue to do it, Brad. Let's have a look at the local footy now, Brad. And it was Gawler Central taking on Williston in the Gawler Derby, or one of them. And it was Gawler Central 9-8-62, defeated by Williston 18-14, 122. But a very, very interesting game this, Brad.
Massive game, Chook, and a massive for the ladder. We said the winner of this would go clear in 4th spot, and it could have flipped either way. So Gawler Centrals actually came out firing. They were 7-3 to 3-4 at quarter time. After that, Williston went 15 goals to 2.
Massive effort, and it was Gawler Centrals at halftime, was still a point up, and didn't kick a goal in the last half. So, or one goal for the last half. So. That's obviously some clear concerns for the Tigers throughout the game, Brad. You can fill us in a little bit more. Yeah,
so without knowing too many details, but obviously a few important players went down in Botsy, I believe, and Riley Mitchell.
Yep, two of their key tools.
Yeah, that's right. So it's a long way back from there, which may open the door for one of the good friends of the show, Jordan Nate, if he keeps banging the door down. Sure. But anyway, best players for Gawler Centrals were Molyneux. That was a intriguing contest. Him and Tyson Earlham in the midfield going head to head all day. That's as good as it gets in the BLG.
Bit of lip as well.
Yeah, which you love to see. Viddle and Worst also for Gawler Centrals. Goals to Jenner 2 and Worst 2 for Williston. Saxon Evans best on ground again. Cormac and Lehman with goals there. Waldhooter 4. He's getting amongst the goals, Chook. Lehman 3, Sutton 3, Mackenzie 2 and Wilson 2.
Yeah, big. It's a lot of goal scorers there for Williston, and good to see. Good for them and Coach Damien Herzik. They'll be very happy with the way they finished off that game after quarter time as well.
I better mention before you go on to the next game, Saxon Evans, best on ground on his birthday. How good's that?
Well, you sit in selection at Central Districts. Can't be far away from a game, can he?
He's a good talent, Chook. He's grown into his body. We're probably not going to go into selection details, but he's, I suppose, if you're getting best on ground in Williston, it's all you can do. Play your best footy and keep putting your name up.
Very political. I like it. Tanunda taking on Freeling, and I called it last week, Brad. Freeling, they were due for a scalp. Tanunda 4-10-34, defeated by Freeling 9-4-58. Thought Trent Gers was going to kill me for this one, but I'm glad it came off.
Yeah, sometimes I do worry about Gersey in the back of my head when I'm doing the tips. It might have been part of the reason I went for Tanunda. But no, I honestly thought, it was going to be a close game. I thought Tanunda would quite have their measure. 14 scoring shots, Tanunda to Freeling 13, so they'll be licking their wounds after that one. But Tanunda best Porter, Hahn and Calhoun in there. To clarify, he doesn't do the best players. We checked last week. Freeling best Koshel, Poulton, your boy, and Ross, third best with 5 goals, Rossi, and Heinrich 3 goals himself.
Yeah, it's a real leader's performance. 5 snags for the main man, but it just shows, Brad, and we've seen it in the AFL. We saw it in the Div 12 Rezzies yesterday.
Yes.
Poor kicking is poor footy, and you've got to be able to put scoreboard pressure on, and if you don't, you will rue the missed opportunities.
Yeah, it's amazing the amount of times you bring yourself into things, Chuck. We can touch on that later. I know you've been itching at it, and I haven't brought it up yet, so the Div 12 Rezzies might get a bit of coverage later on. But
Chuck, goal kicking, Brad.
Yes, goal kicking, yeah. Two goals each at half-time it was. You're dead right, Chuck. And thrilling, though, after half-time, 7 goals straight, to touch on your point, to 2 goals for after the half. They put the foot down.
Absolutely, and as you said, you've got to make the most of the opportunities.
Yeah, that's right, Chuck. Goal kicking is important. Third game of the round, South Gawler 12-13-85 defeated Anguston in an arm wrestle 9-11-65. Best there, Burton, Barch and James for South Gawler. Goals to Gurney 2, Puglisi 2 and Whitworth 2, and for Anguston their best, Roberts, Miles, McInerney. Goals, Durden 4, Jay Shannon 2 and Tuckwell 2, Chuck.
Yeah, well, it's an interesting game, wasn't it? We obviously feel South Gawler are the best team in this competition at the moment, but Anguston really pushed the lines on the weekend.
That's right, Chuck. And chatting to a lot of people from South Gawler and around the league, Anguston sitting at 2-6 probably doesn't quite do them justice. Like, they're probably going better than that, but at the end of the day, they've still got to get the wins if they're going to show themselves in the pointy end. So again, another game, so quite one-sided early, 9 goals to 2 at the half. After the half, Anguston 7-3, with South actually kicking 3 late ones in that. So Anguston were within a goal or so up until a few minutes to go. Yeah,
which makes for great footy, and it's the Blue and White Cup as well. So a big game that both teams get up for that rivalry and that they come to play for as well. And yeah, I think South Gawler, it would be good for them to be challenged, and Coach Gavin Chaplin, he'll be looking at that game very closely and just fine-tuning the lines, I reckon, at the moment.
Nah, that's right, Chook. I had that on my my run sheet as one of the key matchups of the day. It was actually Gavin Chaplin versus Craig Haddon, couple Central District's disciples, and true gentlemen of the game as well, aren't they?
Both of them, very much.
That's right. Hadsy as well. So from all reports, they had the Anguston boys structured very well, and obviously made it very tough for South. Burton, though, pumped him up last week, Chook. Injured last year, this year fit as a fiddle. All reports, best game for the club, and he went home with a McGrath medal as well.
Yeah, that's fantastic. He's got the blonde feathers still in the hair as well, which makes him stand out, because he probably got shafted on a Schluter by not standing out. So, Birdo, fantastic work, and looking forward to watching Hads with this Anguston team. They're going to be inconsistent because he is playing a lot of youth and trying to play a new way. But when you can see yourself challenging the best side in the comp, there's a lot of... I guess you're happy with the way you're progressing and understand there's going to be a few bumps along the way, but he's looking future. They're going to be in a really strong position.
You're dead right, Chook. Last game of the round, tough day for Kapunda, 5-3-33, defeated by Newry 18-16, 124. Best for Kapunda, Whistler, Heights and Joey Brown. Goals, Aish 2. For Newry, it was James Bentley, best on ground, and 7 goals, if you don't mind. Hoopner and Hooper were the next 2 best. Tongue twisters that. Warmington 4, Fallon 2 and Matthews 2 for Newry.
Yeah, Bentley with the 7. What a way to lead that side. And we know both the Bentley boys as such stars of this competition. And to kick a big bag, I got some serious worries over Kapunda and how much worse can these defeats get for them. And I understand they've got to play some kids, and that's the position that they're in at the moment. But they've got a fair bit of work to do to try and compete this season. Yeah,
that's right, Chuck. I think they'd be aware of it. Joey Brown, though, he's one that a bit of an experienced head, but always fights hard, always ends up in the best players, and adds a lot of value and fight to Kapunda. And Whistler as well. He's had a massive day in the ruck. Talk about another experienced head. Brings some value. Simon Fennell was out for Newry. He's overseas gallivanting the world, but I think he might be back around the pointy end, you'd like to think. But he's had a massive day, and he's also not accepted the best on ground cash at the club. He's given it back to the club, might have gone to footy trip or something like that. So that's worth a few votes, isn't it?
Absolutely worth a few votes, and he's a good man. And His ruck work I feel like he's probably a little bit underrated around the comp. He is a very, very good ruckman and one that teams need to put a lot of time into because he can win a lot of hit-outs in the middle of the ground.
No, you're dead right, Chook. For Newry, like we said, so few outs there. Still Jenner, he was coaching from the sidelines, not on the field.
What's the report there, Brad? You've seen him once a week?
Confidentiality in physiotherapy world, Chook, but I'm sure from my media training that he'll be doing everything right to get back at the right time of the year. But he's
some hard-hitting questions.
Yes. You might get my physio registration ripped off me by the end of the show. But no, he's a professional, Chook, and he knows better than anyone this time of year. You just do what you have to get right by the end of the year. Gregurk, also another one overseas. I think he's hopefully he's back as well, and Dearlove as well, and Fennell, like I said. But Newry, you've seen this the last couple of years. They sort of just do what they have to this time of year, and they really get themselves right.
Well, it is a good time to be overseas. There's a lot of people overseas at the moment as well, especially in Europe. I don't know how many of them in Europe, but it's a great time to be over there. So, boys, just getting that travel out, getting the old weather. There's a word for it. The old weather. Depression, seasonal depression.
Yes.
So fixing that up and they'll be coming so they're fresh and ready for finals.
Yeah, Chook, no, you hit the nail on the head. I think we've had about it. I don't know what we're getting at, but I think what you're trying to say is you'd rather them go on holiday this time of year rather than in September.
Yeah, take 2 wins out of 4 and it's a win.
Yeah, no, you're dead right, Chook. We're struggling
whichever way you want to go.
We're struggling. I think we'll get across to round 10, shall we?
Yeah.
We'll be back to preview round 10.
Yeah, Brad, we've had probably a mare to finish that segment there, but it's been a lot of fun with you tonight, as it always is. We're going to have a look at round 10, some big games. We say it every week. We use massive, we use fantastic. Big games this week, and looking forward to getting stuck into them. First one, Barossa District taking on Kapunda.
Yeah, Barossa after the week off, and before that they lost to Gawler Central, so they would have had a massive 2 weeks off, and they'll be back with a vengeance. I think they'll do this one comfortably, Barossa.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm going the Dogs. Also, Gawler Central, South Gawler, the other side of the Gawler Derby.
It's a big couple of weeks for Gawler Centrals. There's probably a few sore spots after these couple of weeks, but I think Gawler Centrals will fly the flag. We touched on, we don't know how bad they are, some of the injuries out of the weekend too, some important names as well. I think South Gawler will get the job done. Yeah,
I think some of those injuries we saw, I don't think any of them will play this week. Yeah. So that's going to hurt Gawler Centrals. So I am also going to go with the Lions there as well. Next game, Freeling taking on Angaston, Brad.
Massive game, Chook, as you said. I think got on form, on numbers, you almost got to go Freeling. They're trending nicely lately. Angaston, I think from all reports, because you don't get to watch much footy, Angaston probably better than what they are showing on the ladder. I'm going to go Angaston.
Yep, I'm going to go with the Redlegs to go back-to-back.
Yep.
Home game, I think they'll get it done in front of the home crowd down there.
That'll be their first back-to-back win in a while.
I think so, Brad. We'd have to go through the history books, but I think it'd be a while.
Yeah. No, that's good. I'll be watching that one closely.
Which is good. Looking forward to that. I think Hadzi will have his men up and about.
Yes.
I think Freeling on their home deck, they'll get it done.
Yeah.
Last game, Williston and Newry, Brad.
Massive game, Chook, and obviously 2 teams that are shaping up nicely for later on in the year, and we know Williston can cause some headaches in the pointy end. I think they'll get themselves up for this. I think it'll be a close contest, but Newry will get the job done.
Yep. Jenna back?
Not sure, Chook. Again, I'm actually not sure. Who knows?
I'm with you. I'm going to go with Donnybrook's at home, and I think Damien Herzik will have a nice win and then enjoy the week off heading into zone champs following week.
Yeah, beautiful. Do we get the week off?
We'll be back to do a show next week, and then we might get the week after off. So we'll see
treat
how
ourselves.
See how we're tracking at that stage of the year as well, and see what sort of reviews people leave us after tonight, because people might have thought it was...
We've had a shocker. We'll probably be off the air after.
But we'll have a look and see what the people think.
Yeah.
Thank you to everyone for tuning in. Thank you to all our sponsors that make the show go to air each and every week. If we had an air, let us know. We'd like to hear any type of feedback. We welcome it, Brad, if we must as well. And we look forward to getting out and watching some local footy on the weekend, and look forward to seeing you there. If not, we'll see you all for the show next week.